I run a business that creates album artwork for musicians and record labels. In my 3rd year, workload very heavy, and I'm starting to burn out even though I keep taking up the price. Any advice on structuring that kind of business? Well, first you got to figure out what in that process do you love? What do you love in that business? So you're taking up the price, but you're burning out because you don't love it anymore. You love some of it. So for example, maybe you love coming up with the concept. Maybe you love talking to the artists and brainstorming what it could be and figuring out their colors. Yeah, coming up with the concept, exactly. But you don't like actually doing the work. You don't want to actually design it. You don't want to sit there for hours on the computer and actually make the thing. Right? Yeah, exactly. So that's what you need to hire somebody. So your price has to be high enough that you can now afford to hire somebody part-time underneath you to do the actual editing and creation. Now that may not be a full-time switch for you yet, because the strategy, if all you're doing is strategy, then you need to have a ton of clients, right? You need to have a lot more clients than you probably do right now. But you can start working towards it, and you offload what you think is the least exciting work. And all you really need is the hope. Like, if you see that it's getting better, you hope that it's getting better. See that there's progress, that the thing that you like the least, like maybe you do still all the client work in terms of the customer facing. You're talking to the customer, you're getting them to, you're doing project management, you're doing client management, and all you're doing is having them actually do the Photoshop work, right? That's one step. But as long as you're showing that you have progress, so you're increasing your prices so that you can afford to hire somebody underneath you, and that there's progress happening, that's what you need to start attaching to. And you got to do it ASAP, because you still have one foot in this business. Where a lot of entrepreneurs fall down is they end up doing it for so long that they hate every single part of this thing, and there's no saving it, and they end up hating their life. So while you still kind of like it, you don't absolutely hate it, that's the time to strike. That's the time to hire the person so you can focus on the parts that you like the most. This is a story that plays out very consistently. Doesn't that look like Zed? Come on, that looks like Zed. 1000% that looks like Zed. This story plays out, man. So you gotta do it. You gotta hire that person now, and recognize that you don't hate your entire business. You just hate pieces of it, and so you got to get rid of those pieces. It's just not challenging for you anymore. At the beginning, everything was challenging. Everything was a new adventure. You're learning. Even Photoshop was new. You're learning new things in there that you didn't know before. Now it's just kind of repetitious. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. So you're bored. So that's where you need to find somebody to do that work part-time. And if you keep raising your prices, awesome. But don't think that raising prices is enough. Like, that's just the start.